Okay, the digital life hack, it just got better because coming up after it, hear one of the most engaging calls from my weekend show. It's called The Kim Komando Show. Yeah, funny how that works. Oh no, you're trying to log into your account and you've been hacked. What now? I'm Kim Komando for Total AV, the award-winning antivirus software for just $19 a year right now at protectwithkim.com. A lot of the advice you find online about hacked social media profiles is just plain wrong, or worse, leads to a scammer who promises to get your account back, but really just steals your money. Not on my watch. Here's what you need to do if you've been hacked. 1. Sign out everywhere. Hackers rely on auto logins. Go to your social media settings, check where you're signed in, and boot out all the devices. Next, change your password. Log in on one trusted device and update it ASAP. 3. Report the hack. Every major platform, Facebook, Instagram, X, has a special page. 4. Check your settings. Hackers love messing with them. Delete any fake posts, remove unknown devices, and lock down that account. And finally, turn on 2FA. This stops most hackers cold. Get more tips like this with my free newsletter. Sign up at getkim.com. All right, just as I promised, here's a fantastic call for my show that you've got to hear. Kevin in Portland, Oregon. Hi there, Kevin.
Well, hello, Kim Komando. Thanks for taking my call.
You betcha.
Hey, I just want to say I'm a huge fan of the show and the newsletter and the podcast, especially your Friday show, but we really need to get the lesser half of the ATM on board with your newsletters.
Oh, I know. We do, don't we, Andrew? We got to get them signed up. Hey, some big news about the podcast is that starting in January, Andrew and I are going to be doing a podcast every single day. Just like that Friday format, because everybody seems to love our Friday podcast. So
I do. That's great. That's great news. And, although I'm one of your greatest simps, I promise I'm never going to ask you for photos of your feet. I promise.
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. I know you're a simp. Hey, didn't you win a cap?
I did not.
All right. Well, I think you did just now. So hold on. After we get done chatting, give Amber your name and address, your full name and address, rather, and then we'll send you out an official show cap. So this way you can truly be a simp as you're walking around Portland.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim.
What's going on?
So I'm quite an introvert, and I love spending time out in the mountains of the forests of Oregon, and there's no cell phone coverage there. So I use an old-school GPS, and I have for many years for two main reasons. Number one, I have a horrible sense of direction. People tell me it's so bad I can get lost on an airplane.
Oh, no.
Number two, my wife of 37 years, who gladly tells me where to go all the time, doesn't enjoy bouncing around next to me in my Jeep during these excursions. So my GPS, I have been able to update it periodically, and then I no longer can. Every time I try and update it, it says it doesn't have sufficient memory to provide the updates. So before I buy a new GPS, my question for you was, are there any recent iPhones that have the ability to use truly satellite GPS, maybe on downloaded maps?
Well, what you can do is on your phone, whether on Google Maps or Apple Maps, is that you can go ahead and select the area that you're going to be navigating around. Then you can download all the apps to use in offline mode. And so this way you don't even need any cellular data or a satellite connection in order for you to see the maps. And so you can follow along that way. There are also some, I was just thinking when you said take in your Jeep. Have you ever used the app All Trails?
Yes, I have.
Because some of those maps, I think 99% of them, that you can also use in offline use. And so that's basically what it means. It's offline, is that you're going to download the maps in advance wherever you're going to be heading out. And then wherever you're going to be hanging out, you're going to download them before you leave, obviously, so that wherever you get where you're going, you're just going to pop up that. Now, there are satellite GPSs. There are some satellite tools that you also might want to take with you. Like the brand new iPhone 15 and as well as the 14, it has SOS mode. So just in case you get stuck in a place where you flip the Jeep or whatever it may be, that might be a safety tool. That might be a safety tool for you as well. Because if you can't call 911, it's going to automatically use satellite connections to give your longitude and latitude to the local emergency response team.
That makes sense. And which models of iPhones is that available on?
The 14 and 15. 14 being last year's model, 15 being this year's model. I had the 14 and I purchased the 15 and I put them side by side and they look the same to me. Okay, so
I think he'd probably call it a 14.1, maybe.
yeah, exactly. And I'm sitting there going like, oh my gosh, I just wasted like $1,500. But then I'm like, okay, well, this is my job, so yeah, I have to do that. So so try the offline maps. I think you're really going to like that. And since you're already familiar with the All Trails, download the trail maps for offline use there. Good for not only driving but also hiking trails. And take a look at that iPhone 14, 15. If you don't want that, there's also something called the Spot Satellite, and Garmin has a tool as well. Spot Satellite is just what it is. It's about the size of the palm of your hand. And then you can also give instructions for emergency responder. You get stuck in a tight space as well. Now, Kevin, because you're a simp, don't forget, hang on the line. Amber's going to get your name and address, and we're going to send you out an official Kim Komando Show ball cap. And thanks for all your kind words about the pods and the newsletters and good things like that. Hey, major thanks for giving me your listening time today. And if a tech question is just gnawing at you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with me. Hop on over to komando.com and hit email Kim. I read every single note. Now, in a digital world, you need to stay up to date. That's why you need my free daily newsletter. You can sign up right now over at getkim.com. That's getkim.com.